Hello, welcome back to the Yong Lovers channel. This time, we will discuss a truly unexpected, hilarious, and heartwarming moment between two big stars, Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo. Get ready, because this story will really tug at your heartstrings. You will laugh, maybe shed a tear, and in the end, be surprised. In an exclusive interview recently released, the initial atmosphere seemed relaxed. Wang Yibo sat comfortably with a slightly nervous expression, while the host posed lighthearted questions. But who would have thought that when the topic shifted to the past, especially when they starred in the Untamed, Yibo's expression changed. He smiled slightly, then laughed softly, and finally couldn't hold back a loud laugh when recalling one very special moment with Xiao Zhan. Yibo admitted that during the filming process, there was one silly incident he had never told anyone about, not even his fans. But that day, for some reason, he decided to spill the beans. With laughter still echoing, he said, "I still remember clearly when Xiao Zhan tried practicing swordplay in the middle of the night, alone, behind the tent. But he accidentally grabbed the wrong prop. What he brought was a wooden floor mop, not a sword." The entire studio erupted in laughter, and even the host laughed until tears streamed down his face. But Yibo wasn't done. With enthusiasm, he continued, "He was so serious. His movements were graceful and full of energy. Me and a few crew members peeking from afar couldn't bear to point out his mistake. We let him dance for 15 minutes with that fake weapon." The story turned out to be more than just a joke. For Yibo, it was a moment that showed how dedicated Xiao Zhan was to his work. "He always gives his all," Yibo said, this time in a softer tone. "Even with the wrong prop, he still gave his best. And that truly amazed me." Not only that, Yibo revealed that at the time, he was actually going through a very tough day. There was pressure from production, difficult scene rehearsals, and accumulated fatigue. But seeing Xiao Zhan's funny mistake that night, he said, made all the burdens seem to disappear. "That laughter was my savior," Yibo admitted, this time with a calmer smile. This confession truly surprised the fans. Many of them never imagined that behind their seemingly professional closeness, there were so many sweet stories that had never been shared before. "They're like siblings, encouraging each other behind the scenes," wrote a fan on social media. Similar comments flooded various platforms. What was even more surprising was that when Xiao Zhan was asked about that moment in a separate interview, he laughed so hard he had to turn his face away. "I remember that night," he exclaimed. "I thought something was off. The sword felt too light. But I was too focused to double-check." Xiao Zhan also didn't realize that Yibo had been watching everything from a distance. "Why didn't you tell me?" he said, laughing. "If I had known, I would have been so embarrassed. However," he added, "but maybe, since it became a moment that entertained all of you, I don't regret it." He admitted that the night felt special, and he felt closer to the crew and other cast members after the incident. This interview went viral. Many longtime fans felt a wave of nostalgia. They recalled how strong the chemistry between the two actors was, not just on screen but also in real life. And they were grateful to finally see the human side of their idols, a side rarely captured by cameras. This story also opened up a new discussion among fans. Many began sharing their favorite moments from the Untamed's heyday, and many hoped the two actors could collaborate again on another project. "They have a bond that's too strong to ignore," wrote one netizen. What was even more touching was how Yibo concluded his story with deeply meaningful words. "Sometimes what we need isn't something big, just a sincere laugh from a friend. That's enough to save an entire day of exhaustion." And behind all the buzz, this story shows how precious those simple, small moments are. Though both have now built their own careers and are walking different paths, this story proves that their friendship remains alive in memory. For us, the fans, this is a beautiful reminder that behind the glittering spotlight of the entertainment world, there are genuine human connections. Connections built on laughter, trust, and irreplaceable memories. But the story doesn't end there. A few days after the interview went viral, old photos allegedly taken secretly by the crew on set began circulating. In the photos, the silhouette of someone practicing with a wooden stick under the dim light of a tent can be seen. Fans immediately went wild. "That must be the moment Wang Yibo was talking about," they exclaimed. Some fans even carefully compared the shape of the stick to a traditional tool, and it was an exact match. Xiao Zhan's reaction to the photo's circulation was fairly relaxed. In a post on his personal Weibo account, he wrote simply, "Caught red-handed, huh?" accompanied by a laughing emoji. The post was immediately flooded with hundreds of thousands of comments and likes. Many praised him for being able to laugh at himself and remain humble despite becoming a superstar. On the other hand, Wang Yibo also commented on the post with his signature humor. "Don't worry, it's a legendary staff now. We can auction it off for charity later," he wrote. That small interaction alone was enough to make fans' hearts melt. Their chemistry is undeniable, even after all these years. Interestingly, the old crew from the Untamed also started sharing other little stories. One of the production assistants shared that after the broomstick night, the filming atmosphere became much more friendly and warm. "Everyone had something to joke about," he said. And what was most impressive was that Xiao Zhan didn't get angry at all. Instead, he laughed along with us. According to unconfirmed rumors, the wooden stick was even kept by one of the crew members as a souvenir. No one could have imagined that such a simple object would become a symbol of an unforgettable moment, one now widely recognized by millions of fans around the world. Some fans have even started creating fan art and merchandise themed around the legendary mop stick. From keychains to t-shirts emblazoned with Wu Xian and his mop sword, everything is flying off the shelves in online communities. This proves that fans' love for this iconic duo never wanes. It only grows more creative. A lengthy thread on an international forum even discussed how moments like this strengthen the bond between idols and fans. "They feel more human," wrote a fan from the Philippines. "Not just as great actors, but as friends who've done silly things. We've all made mistakes, but when they share them with a laugh, it's like a warm hug for us." Some longtime fans also said that these moments brought them back to the early days when the Untamed first aired. "I used to watch it for the drama. Now I stick around for them because of their real friendship," wrote a fan from Indonesia. And in the end, this small story, which may have seemed meaningless at first, has become a reminder that laughter, memories, and human warmth, that's what lasts forever. Thank you, Wang Yibo. Thank you, Xiao Zhan, for sharing a piece of nostalgia that warms all our hearts. Who would have thought that a small mistake, carrying a broomstick because you thought it was a sword, could be the start of laughter that saved someone's day? And today, that laughter has spread to all of us. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment about your favorite moments from the Untamed, and did you laugh like us when you heard this story? See you in the next video, Yong lovers. Stay strong, keep smiling, and continue to support the best works of our idols.